I was walking down Rue Bonaparte one morning, a place where beauty isn't rare, but something about her made the city pause. There she was, crossing the street like she owned it, not with arrogance, but with something far rarer, presence. She wore a cream cashmere coat that floated as she walked, her silver blonde bob impeccably in place. A silk scarf, perfectly knotted, flat, polished boots, no high heels needed to command attention. She stopped at a flower stall, adjusted her sunglasses, and smiled at the vendor. I didn't know her name then, but now I do. Her name is Linda Wright. She is 75, and she dresses like a fashion icon. 1. When age meets timeless elegance. Linda Wright isn't trying to be anyone else. That's part of her power. She's not following TikTok trends or chasing youth. She is youth, in spirit, in attitude, in the graceful confidence that wraps around her like her favourite pashmina. A former model turned boutique owner, Linda has lived a life immersed in the world of style. But unlike most who've walked that path, she's never let fashion wear her. She wears it with clarity, with minimalism, and with a kind of lived-in elegance that feels both aspirational and accessible. The truth is, Linda doesn't dress young, she dresses well. There's a difference, and it's a difference that inspires thousands of women, myself included, to rethink everything we've been told about aging and appearance. 2. The power of a Parisian wardrobe. Linda's style is often described in 3 words: clean, classic, and French. But let's go deeper. Her wardrobe isn't loud, it's fluent. It speaks in neutrals: charcoal, beige, ivory, navy. It layers cashmere over linen. It pairs tailored blazers with worn-in denim. It mixes the sharpness of a white shirt with the softness of lived experience. Here's what I've learned from studying her look. Quality over quantity is not just a saying, it's a lifestyle. Linda wears fewer pieces, but every one of them has earned its place. Scarves aren't accessories, they're statements. And no one, absolutely no one, knows how to tie a scarf like Linda Wright. Minimal makeup, maximum glow. Her look is never overdone. It's moisturised skin, flushed cheeks, and confidence. Shoes matter, always polished, often flat, never frumpy. She shows us that the key to timeless style isn't reinventing yourself every season. It's refining your aesthetic until it reflects who you truly are. And if you're someone who's searching for that kind of wardrobe, that speaks before you even open your mouth. Linda is your muse. 3. Style as a language of self-respect. There's a quiet ritual to the way Linda dresses. You can tell. Getting dressed for her is not about obligation. It's an act of self-respect. A nod to the day ahead. A silent affirmation. I am worthy of beauty, even in my errands. This is something we rarely talk about, but it's everything. There is grace in preparing yourself well. In choosing a soft sweater instead of a worn t-shirt, in slipping on a belt even if you're staying home, in misting your favourite perfume before a solo walk. Linda's entire aesthetic whispers, you matter, dress like it. And I can't help but think, what would our lives look like if we adopted that mindset? If we treated every morning as a canvas and our wardrobe as brushstrokes? Would we hold our heads higher? Speak more gently? Move through the world with more poise? I think the answer is yes. 4. Confidence isn't loud, it's lived. What makes Linda magnetic isn't just her outfits, it's the woman inside them. There's a stillness to her energy, a calm assurance that doesn't need approval. That's what makes her fashionable and iconic, because real confidence, the kind that turns heads in silence, doesn't scream. It moves with elegance, it speaks with precision, it stands with posture. Linda doesn't try to be confident. She is confident because she's lived enough to know what matters, and more importantly, what doesn't. She's not dressing for men, not dressing for the fashion police, not dressing for Instagram likes. She's dressing for herself, and that, my friend, is timeless. If you're still with me, I have a question for you. When was the last time you wore something just because it made you feel beautiful? Not appropriate, not age-fitting, just beautiful. Let me know in the comments. I'd truly love to hear. 5. Her lifestyle is her look now. Here's something that may surprise you. Linda doesn't just dress well, she lives well. Follow her online and you'll see. Mornings with strong coffee, afternoons in antique bookstores, evenings wrapped in a shawl reading poetry. Her life, like her wardrobe, is carefully curated, not in a performative way, but in a mindful one. She is proof that elegance isn't something you put on, it's something you practice. It's in the soft linens on your bed, the way you arrange your teacups, the music that plays softly as you prepare dinner. Linda shows us that you don't need wealth to live richly. You need taste, intention, and a quiet refusal to live on autopilot. 6. Lessons from Linda. For every age. Here are some takeaways that Linda has unknowingly gifted us over the years. Build your uniform. Find your core pieces and stick to them. For Linda, it's blazers, denim and knits. What's yours? Invest in quality. It's better to have one beautiful cashmere sweater than 5 disposable ones that pill after the first wash. Groom yourself with care. Skin first, always. Hair should look like you didn't try, but secretly you did. Edit constantly. Linda's closet isn't overflowing. It's tight, intentional and reflective of her current self, not who she used to be. Age is not a limitation, it's an asset. Her beauty comes not in spite of her age, but because of it. 7. Why she resonates with so many of us. There's a reason Linda has captivated so many women around the world. We're tired of being told that our best years are behind us, that elegance is for the young, that style belongs to someone else. Linda Wright defies all of that. She looks like what we hope to become, not just in appearance, but in peace, in knowing who we are, in taking joy in the little things, in finding power in restraint. She reminds us that the point of style is not to look younger, but to look more you. And for women who crave beauty, simplicity and authenticity, she is the ideal. As we come to the end of this journey through Linda Wright's world, I want to leave you with something deeper than a fashion tip or a list of style rules. Because while it's easy to admire the silk scarves, the tailored blazers, the signature sunglasses, what we're really drawn to is something much more profound. Linda is not just stylish, she is anchored. In a world that celebrates chaos and calls it cool, she has chosen calm. In a culture obsessed with reinvention, she has chosen refinement. She doesn't dress to impress, she dresses to express. A life well lived, and I think that's what we're all longing for, in one way or another. To feel whole, beautiful, seen. To walk into a room not hoping we look acceptable, but knowing we look like ourselves. Linda reminds us that aging isn't a curse. It's a clarifying gift. It's the season when we stop performing and start living. Because the truth is, elegance is not for the young. It is for the wise, the patient, the women who have learned to make peace with themselves, who no longer chase attention but attract it effortlessly, through poise, through polish, through presence. And the most inspiring part? You don't need to be Linda Wright to live this way. You don't need to live in Paris or have modelled for luxury brands. You don't even need to own cashmere, though it helps. You simply need to make a choice, to treat yourself as someone worth dressing up for, to show up, not for others, but for you, to make the everyday feel like an occasion, to be the woman in the cafe who catches the light, and not just because of her coat, because you're never too late for elegance. You're never too old to become iconic in your own quiet way, and you're certainly not invisible, unless you choose to be. If this video stirred something in you, if it reminded you that style is not skin deep but soul deep, then I invite you to stay close. Click like, subscribe. Comment below with the one thing you'll do today to live more elegantly, not someday, today. Because this is not just a channel, it's a community of women who are rewriting the script on aging, fashion and femininity. We're not here to fade, we're here to refine, to flourish, to inspire the women behind us and honour the women before us. And most of all, to remind ourselves that it is never too late to live beautifully. Linda does it at 75, and you, my dear, can start right now.